Hey guys, Ken Maxfield, the Hide Guy here, and here's your market recap for the week ending December the 21st. Week started out as expected. All of the Packers continuing to have large offer list. In fact, some people would say some of the Packers actually even added some selections for sale last week. One of the Packers who hadn't offered in a couple of weeks had between 8 to 10 different wet salted selections offered. Again, as we've been talking about, offer lists are dominated by jumbo and super jumbo steer hide offers, various selections, lots of wet blue. Also, quite a number of heavy native steers and butt brands, and that's because, as we've been talking about, the automotive sales around the world have been really sluggish the last 2-3 months. So the automotive tanners have seen their requirements reduced. They're not chasing those butts and natives as much as they had been. And that premium to the heavy Texas steer, which had been as much as $20 here 2-3 weeks ago, 2-3 months ago, is now down to, I would say, about maybe $12 to $15, depending on the individual packer there. So, as far as interest last week, folks are sharing that it was a decent week of interest, especially in the middle part of the week. The challenge, though, is most of the people bidding wanted to bid $2, $3, $4, $5 under ask. And, of course, packers are doing their best to try to hold it as close to steady as possible. Long story short, we've been telling you it was going to come off, and it did come off this week. Prices down anywhere from $2 on most selections, some even a little bit more than that. Overall, collective weighted average, I'd say the market was off about $2.50 this week. As far as the number of hides sold, mixed opinions as to whether they've sold the week's production or not. But we have situations where packers are publishing their offer list, but then they're going out to some of their old friends. They're saying, hey, if you're going to do something, give me first consideration. They're trying to trade it really quietly behind the scenes, and of course, when they do that, they take a lot less than what they're willing to admit. So, and it's also very difficult to judge how many hides get sold. As far as the cow hides go, same situation, lots of offers. Even some of the guys who were claiming to be well sold had lowered their prices as much as $2, $3, $4 on the ask, which that's probably trying to get them closer to where actual trading levels are at, because they were out of touch with reality. Same thing as far as interest. You wanted to sell cow hides, you had to take less money, just a matter of what's your tolerance level. Did you want to take $1 or $2 down? Did you want to take 3 or 4? Lots of rumors again, same as big packers, of people trying to do business behind the scenes and very quietly. So as far as the harvest last week, it was a little bit of a surprise. We were thinking, we started out about 645 in our guess, and then the week started out a little slow, so we backed it down to 625, and it still stayed a little slow, so we said, probably 620. Well, lo and behold, they threw up about 74 on Saturday, which caught them up the week before, I should say. And so 659 on your knock last week. The week before, 654. So one thing to remember, the last 3 weeks is the largest harvest for the 3 weeks we've seen since dating back to about the middle of, about the summer of 2012. So a lot of hides coming at these guys, and that's what I've been talking about. There's a lot of cattle out there. Packers making lots of money, and we were selling hides back in the day for the world's largest meat packer. We learned 2 things: when packers make money, they're going to run the wheels off the bus, and there's one wrapper on every animal. So, as long as that kill stays high, you're going to have a lot of hides coming at you, and demand continues to remain poor. Going around the world real quick, Brazil's still in dire shape. A lot of talk about still lots of offers, lots of product, people begging for sales. Rumors that TR1s have slipped another 5 cents or so. It's just a matter of if you want to buy them, and you can take a number of them and you can take them quick, you have a lot of room to negotiate your prices. Europe, the situation's starting to run parallel to the United States. They'd been lagging our market, somewhat, and trying to fight the tape. These guys are starting to find out that, they don't have enough demand for bulls because of the automotive tanners, again, not running as hard, reducing their soaks. They've got cows just the same as everybody else, and they're taking lower money, and they're not liking it. Nobody is. And then as you go over to Australia, they're getting real close to their holiday shutdowns, but even though they may be shutting down, they realize that the softer undertone of the market, they can't fight it. They're going to have to begrudgingly go along. They're just trying to get to the point of shutdown so they don't have to participate as much as some of these other guys. So one more thing before we go. Export report last week was a little bit surprising. And of course, this time of year, it's always encrypted because we have to make mention of sales and when they're going to ship, which makes no damn sense to me. But anyhow, sales of wet salted hides on this week's report was 389,900 for 2018, another 97,000 for 2019. Technically, you'd think sales this late in December would all be for 2019, but again, enough of my ranting. That's a total of 486,900 on the wet salted. We go down for wet blues, 127,800 for 2018, another 91 for 2019. That's 218,800, so a total of 705,700. That's the largest week they've had, dating back until probably, I looked early November, late October. So much needed without a shadow of a doubt. The problem is one good week isn't going to pull them out of the fryer, and they still got hides to sell. So first and foremost, anybody who takes a look at this, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, of course. We will do a report again next week for you. So that's it for now. It's Ken Maxwell, the Hide Guy. Check out my website, www.themaxfieldreport.com. I offer 14-day free trials on it. So look forward to seeing you take a trial. And until next week, we'll see you again.